Hi everybody, Lisa here, just logging on, and I hope you are as well. Let me have just a minute here to make sure that technology is working our way, right? I'm not speaking just to myself. That would just be a normal night. But tonight I actually speak to you. And we've got doggies running in. Big activities outside tonight. I'm sure the neighbors are so happy that Tango and Cash are out there running back and forth. Well, hi, Kathy and Leslie. Nice to see my friends coming on. Here's my favorite friend. Well, now let me step back. I don't want to start a fight. My favorite North Carolina friend, Pam. Hi, Pam. Hey, Karma, Elizabeth, Kathy. Oh my gosh, all the greats. I wondered where all the great ladies were hanging out tonight, and now I know. Oh, and Pam wins the prize for sharing first. But you know what? Everyone can be a winner. You can all share. That would be great. It helps my small business so much without costing you a penny. So I really appreciate that in advance. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, hello, Susan. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, obviously, the wonderful Whale Done products. It is such a fun suite. And it just so happens that I have an online class coming up for the Whale Done suite. I am afraid I am not going to be able to stop myself from designing card after card. It is so fun to play with these colors. So, oh, yeah, you'll try to hang out for a while. Oh, your internet's not that great, Leslie. Well, mine's not either sometimes, but you know, we're doing okay tonight. So I just stay on until there's never a chance that I'm not coming back, right? Hello, Kathy. Nice to see you tonight. I hope you're doing well. Having a little fresca. You will not be seeing me face-wise tonight. I had to go out in the hottest part of the day. It was over 100 here. Probably still is. And my perfectly flat ironed hair decided it was going to try and go back to its natural state. So it's in that medium state where it doesn't look good either way. And we're just going to leave it there. There's no sense in fighting it. And if I'm lucky, I won't have to go to the office tomorrow. I had to go to the office twice today. And the second time I was leaving, that's what I was thinking was, my gosh, I've been here twice today. And then I stopped and realized that before COVID, I went to the office 2 times a day. I'd come home most lunches and walk the dogs. Oh my gosh, Leslie, that's right. I need you to get your rest. And you know what? I was going to send you a picture, but I was not in the ER by any, this was a scheduled infusion that I have, but I was going to send you a picture of my arm as well. And then the medicine that they give me, one of the medicines they give me is Benadryl. And so I fell asleep. I didn't even have a chance to take a funny picture for you, but it wouldn't have looked much different. So, you know, we got all medicated. But yes, my friend Leslie, I'm hoping you're well. And I hope that Sally is being a really good nursemaid. I'm sure she is. Okay, friends, let's take a moment here before we dive into the card making. We're going to make a couple of cards tonight, and I think they're pretty fun. I hope you do too. Please don't forget, starting next week, August 4th, customers can start ordering from this beautiful mini catalog, August to December. It has such fun things, and I'll be so glad when the customers can order from it, because then I can open it and use it as reference, right? So I need to put it away, but I want to let you know that if you don't have a catalog yet, I would be happy to fix that for you, as long as you're in the United States. And if you don't have another demonstrator that you work with, please email me, text me, send a carrier pigeon, or however you'd like to contact me, and I'd be happy to put a catalog to you in the mail, along with probably some little paper surprise. I still have some Christmas tags that I made, and if I run out of those, I'll make something else. So I just want to let you know, those are available, ready to go out the door. I would love to share the beauty of paper crafting with you. And speaking of, this is where the Whale of a Time suite is in the annual catalog, page 94 through 96. Look at this beautiful spread of colors, of ocean life, of fun punches and stamps. Here's the stamp set itself. Has the coordinating punch, which punches out the whale, and all sorts of little pieces to make the whale just uber cute and very realistic. It will just jump off of the page. But we have all of these great stamps as well. I really like this suite because I think it's a perfect combination of whimsy, fun, and just artistic talent. The DSP is some of my favorite. I won't want to say the best. It's all the best, right? So anyway, please take a look at it. And on that same note, I want to let you know that, let's see, hopefully I can switch screens. There we go. I am now taking registration for my Whale Done online card class. So it is going to be so much fun. Most of you know that I started my Charmed card classes last month, and they've been a lot of fun. So the concept of the Charmed card class is that for this particular class, you'll receive card bases and materials to make 8 different cards. We're going to have 2 cards each of 4 different designs. One of those cards will be a fun fold. You will also get a 3D bonus item in this kit, and lots of fun supplies, some freebies, some added supplies, more than you need to make the 8 cards, so you can have fun with all of these sweet products long after the class. And as always, they're called Charmed card kits because each kit comes with a beautiful silver-toned laser engraved charm. And the first time you order it, I supply a necklace chain. And then after that, you just change out the charms however you'd like them. So anyway, please don't forget about this. And also, if you offer the bundle, or if you order the bundle at the same time that you place the order for the kit, I'm giving you an additional 10% off of the bundle. So the full meal deal is $69. That includes the supplies for the card kits as well as the bundle. And if you just want the card supplies, the card kit itself with the charmed necklace, that is $35. You can pop on over to thestampingzoo.com and sign up for that. And again, I can send anywhere in the United States and love to. All right. Well, now you are allowed to leave and go sign up for the class, but otherwise I need you here, right? All right. So this is just some of the beautiful DSP, and you will also receive a quarter pack of this DSP in the Charmed card kit. Lots of cool designs. So we're going to use some of this tonight. One of the cards is going to kind of show off some of the DSP. Well, they both do, but on one of them we're going to get to use a few different patterns. Okay, so let's jump to it. I made a little card earlier today that has a shaker component, but the shaker component is not the whole card. Lots of times, at least I find when I make the cards. Hello, Karen, and thank you for sharing. And hi, Roz, Cindy, Donna, and I think I saw Mary. Yep, saw Mary. Okay, ladies, nice to see you. Okay, so here's the little shaker card I made. And I just wanted the shaker to be a component, not the whole card. Lots of times when I make a shaker card, I feel like it's the whole front. And that's fun too. But I was just kind of, I don't know, feeling like I wanted to do a little mix. So, and then when I was playing, you know, sometimes you just realize stuff when you're playing. I made some kind of waves out of the Pool Party sheer ribbon that is also in this suite, and it is fantastic. Let's take a look. Look at that. You can do lots of things with it. Just like you see, I've just kind of gathered it and attached it with our Seal Plus, which is fantastic. That's the new, oh, I almost dropped it. This is the new like super sticky adhesive. And then we have Seal, regular Seal, which is more sticky, or what do I want to say? It's more sticky than, or more strong than our Snail, but not as strong as Tear and Tape, things like that. So hello, Sue and Jean. So anyway, we have those two things. We need those. We need some foam adhesive strips tonight. Never can have too many of those. They're always good. So then here's what I was thinking. After I made this, then of course I want to change the layout just a little bit. And so I thought, what if we take this shaker component and put it down at the bottom of the card and kind of ground the card with the shaker component to make it look like it's under the sea. And then we'll run the ribbon on the top of it and then put our whale on. Now that's my plan, but I feel like I should let you know that we could change that at any time. But that's what I'm thinking. So let's start that. And as always, feel free to chat with each other, chat with me. I probably will come in on half the story and not know what I'm talking about and make some weird comment, but rest assured, I see comments, questions, all sorts of jokes, everything after the video wraps up. It's my second favorite time of the night. The first favorite time of the night, of course, is being here live, actually live with you. But then I read all the comments, answer questions and things like that afterward. So don't worry, I will see it. Okay, so, oh, and I'm also changing up the colors because why wouldn't I, right? You can't go wrong with this DSP. It's just so fun. Okay. Donna is taking care of her daughter's dog. That's very good. Hello, Debbie and Barbara, and thank you for sharing, and Natasha. We got lots of Canadians, lots of Americans, and throw in a sprinkling of Australians and Canadians. Did I say that already? I think I did. Anyway, Martine, thank you so much. All right, let's see here. Now I need to stop reading the comments because I was reading a conversation between Cindy and Roz. And I was like, okay, I think they can handle it, right? Okay, for this little border or frame, I made it out of the stitched rectangles. And I've used these two on the side, the two largest. And when they are nested together and die cut, they form that really shallow little frame. And I want to do it out of this DSP that is so cool. Excuse me. However, I like to reinforce it, especially for a shaker. So I'm going to put it on top of a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. So obviously just mirroring the colors in the DSP, right? But making it a little bit stronger so it can hold a piece of acrylic sheet and not look flimsy. Okay. Let's see here. Looking good. Now the way I try to line these up, you're gonna make a lot of them. This part's handy, but I'm gonna bring that purple tape in again because I love some purple tape. Because first of all, it's purple. Oh, I should also say I will be pushing this over to YouTube when I'm finished with it. If you are watching on YouTube, welcome, hello, and thank you. I appreciate you too. Let's see here. Okay. So I just lined them up dry. It's a little bit easier when you have a DSP that has a pattern on it like this, but this pattern isn't all the way straight. Then I just want to take those, and I think they're straight. I can't quite see them because you're in the way. But I think it's pretty straight. We're going to go with it. Then I just put the purple tape over it. Remember, that's a piece of low tack tape. And then I'm going to run it through my die cut machine. Hello, Jenny. Nice to see you. Oh my, that looks crooked on the replay, so I hope it's not actually that crooked. Okay. And then you just kind of want to take your time. Don't pull it off like a Band-Aid, okay? Just kind of give it, oops. And that will happen because where the die cut is, sometimes it rips through the paper. It's also handy sometimes to take down the tack additionally by rubbing this on your shirt. I forgot to do that. Let's hope it works out. If not, we might have a little bit of a wonky frame. That's okay too. Might be fun to do it that way on purpose, right? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good from this side. So I don't know if it's hot where you are. I know it's not hot where Leslie and Elizabeth are. I know that right now, at least by their standards. But Idaho, Boise at least, we're having a hot spell. We're having a few days of over 100 degrees, and it is not cooling down, which I'm not in love with. Because normally that's our saving grace, right? Is that since we're kind of at a higher altitude, we cool off at night. So when it doesn't cool off at night, we don't know what to do. So for me, I just hide in the house. Okay, now that I have that, I have this spare piece of window sheet. It was a little different than the current supply, but it's still just as good. Window sheet doesn't go bad. Since this is such a thin frame, normally I would cut the window sheet to fit this, only just a little bit smaller. I'm not even going to worry about that. I am going to glue this down directly onto the window sheet, the piece that I know is way too big for this. And then I'm just going to trim it out. It would be really hard to try and measure something and get it straight with such a small margin of error. So just stick it right down on the window sheet, and then it doesn't matter if it's crooked. It just matters that you get it somewhere on the window sheet, right? And then, like I said, we'll just trim it out with the paper snips. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you, after you cut that out, obviously you have the center, which is kind of a cool little stitched rectangle. Just keep it at hand because I'm sure you'll want to use that on some other card. Oh yeah, Raj, you probably have been having crazy weather, tropical storm or hurricane. Great. It's like a little surprise. A little surprise. Hopefully nothing too big. I'm gonna set this off to the side. I decided, since we were I was trying to think of like under the sea type stuff, I would just grab this under the sea paper. It's beautiful. The other side is a bunch of cool seaweed. And since I don't really have to choose because you get several sheets, you get 4 sheets of each double-sided design. So we're good to go. It's all right. I am going to use liquid glue on this, however, because I only cut my Calypso Coral Matte 1/8 of an inch larger than my DSP. So I need to have some wiggle room, and you get that by using some liquid glue, don't ya? And then it gives us just a few seconds to take a look, and yeah, I like it. Ooh, I like it. So see, that Calypso Coral just kind of picks up all these little Calypso Coral fishies, and then it's gonna go right on Pool Party, just like the ocean, right? You have 3 layers on in Ugg boots. Oh my gosh, Leslie. I can't even think about it. I have a tank top on and a skirt. Okay, make sure the fish are not upside down, because that is kind of a sympathy card, then not so much of a fun under the sea card. That's a something went wrong card. Okay, this is also just an 1/8 of an inch. I just gave a little sliver. I love it when I do that to myself at the end of working on spreadsheets all day. It makes it super easy. Oh my gosh, I was wearing, so I have glasses that are just for the computer, and they're my prescription, but basically they're bifocals, but they flip-flop them so that the close-up vision is the majority of the lens. And then obviously the faraway vision is just a little bit. And I've only been wearing them a couple of weeks, and I tell you what, sometimes I forget and I take off like to the copier or something, and I get so dizzy. It's like, girl, it's gonna be a safety hazard. Okay, this is dry now, so we can come along and just trim this out. You could use your paper trimmer if you wanted, but I'm just gonna use the scissors, and I'm putting them, okay, like you can cut it straight. This is just a slight thing that's not gonna make a huge difference, but I'm turning them at an angle. So I'm really like cutting in to try and get rid of any sight of the window sheet. I don't know if it really works, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to cut into my frame after I just spent all this time on it. So I find that if you have just a tiny bit of window sheet on the outside of the cardstock and DSP, it doesn't really show up, especially when you have this other printed, really busy print back behind it. So don't even worry about that. If we were doing something on a solid piece of paper with just solid backing, it might matter, but it doesn't matter with this. Okay. Oh. So see, it's gonna be like that. I like that idea, super fun. All right, now we need some of our foam strips. I'm running low on foam strips. I have some more, but when I say running low, I mean like I've got a full package and then this. So I don't like to get too low. Well, hi Sharon, I am just great today. How are you doing? Hope you're well. We are making a shaker card with the lovely Well Done Sweet. Can't get enough of it. So with these, they cut really easily with the scissors. You want to make sure that if you haven't made a shaker card before, you want to make sure that you're making like that your sides touch so that whatever you're putting in the shaker card doesn't shake out. And it just depends, like with bigger sequins and stuff, it's okay if there's a little bit of space. If you're putting sand in there or something like that, you know, I don't even recommend that. That just sounds like you could never get enough adhesive, but I don't know. I haven't tried it, so. You can also you can just put lots of different things in a shaker card. I was on my Charmed class last week. I was doing a bonus video about shaker cards, and I made one out of the sunflower dye, and you could put raw sunflowers in there. Now I know sunflowers have a little bit of oil on them, but you know, you could still put a few in a card, and I think they'd be really fun, especially to fit the theme. Okay, that's gonna stay right there. Now we get to open these little gems. Whale of a Time sequins. I'm gonna bring this up here really close and the camera's gonna flip out, right? Look at those. There's seashells. Excuse me, I almost lost my voice. I was so excited. There are seashells and all sorts of sequins in the same colors as the DSP, right? Because that is the beauty of Stampin' Up. Everything is color coordinated, very easy to work with. It's also got some metallics in there, some gold, and maybe iridescent as well, and different shapes. Very fun. And you will get to enjoy these with my Charmed kit as well. Okay, there's just so many fun products in this suite. Lots of cool tactile things. I like to touch all the stuff as well as look at all the stuff. Okay, so there's a lot in there too. Like it tells you approximately 750 pieces. Now someone needs to count those and get back to me. Hi, Michelle. Oh, I'm so sorry you have a headache. You know what? That's not fun, and not to make it about me, but just let me say that I unfortunately can empathize with that. And I'm just sorry to hear that. So you make sure you take care of yourself. Don't get too much computer glare. Okay. Now, the foam strips are sticky, so when you set them down, that's where they be, all right? You can make them a little bit more flexible by putting a little bit of this liquid glue, again, like right on top of your foam strip before you put it down. But again, we don't have a lot of margin here, and I think that was just gonna be really messy. I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna have the mess. So, oh my gosh, I almost forgot to show you guys. Please let me show you before it gets covered in whale parts. Look at this beautiful card I got from Jill Peterson today. Isn't this so pretty? I wanna try and pick up the beautiful shine that's on these dandelions in particular. I'm sure it's Wink of Stella, or, well, I'm not sure. It could be the spritzer, but it's only on the flower part. She's been so careful. And then that new beautiful embossing folder. Isn't this great? What color is this paper? I want to say it's espresso with petal pink. And then, of course, the petal pink champagne ribbon and little gems. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, and then she finished the inside too. And it says, keep on crafting, sister. The talents, oh, your talents are needed. Oh my, that's so kind. Anyway, I got this today and I was very excited. And she decorates the envelope too. So isn't that beautiful? I don't think I saw Jill on here, and that's okay, Jill. You don't have to be on every single live. But I hope she catches the replay. Or Julie, if you're on here, you can let her know. I received her card. And I love it. So that's beautiful. And one of the, I believe the embossing folder is new out of the annual catalog. I know it's current. So if you like that, why don't you buy it for yourself? You deserve that. Yep. You have my permission. All right. How about if we make a whale? You don't hear that every day. So this is a really cool little punch. It has this, this is some of the water coming out of the whale, but you could also make this look like a really cool, funky heart. And this is probably a water drop too. This is the whale's eye. Fun. This is the belly. And this is like a front fin that I put on there. I hope I put it in the right place. I was surprised at how low the eye goes. I mean, I knew that, but until I really looked in the catalog, like I was going to put the eye up here. Now, then I would have wondered, why does it look so weird? So this is just a great punch. You just put in, I'm putting in Whisper White right now. And then all of the pieces get punched out at once. I'm kind of holding it down towards my work surface here to make sure that I don't lose any of the pieces. I don't know yet whether I want to use white Pool Party or a combination, and I might not use all of the pieces, but I want to make sure I've got them where I need them. And I thought, of course, that it would be fun to do that little trick again with my ribbon gathered up here. So let's do that first. And then we will build our whale. It might change our mind about what color to make the whale. Okay, so the easiest thing, oh, thanks, Michelle. Maybe I need to send it to you. Do you like whales? You probably see whales, right? I'm assuming. I know they're not like just all over in the ocean, every area, but they might be near Tasmania. Why not? If I was a whale, I'd go there. One other thing I want to do, just in case we want it, is I am going to cut out a vellum whale or two, just in case. It provides lots of fun movement in the background. And I really just wanted the body of the whale, you know, like it's just going to be kind of a silhouette if we want it. So, and I don't know that I pointed that out, but like on this one, I put it right back behind the whale. You can really mostly see it on the tail, but it's an option. And also with the vellum, it doesn't really go either direction, you know? So you could have your whales swimming left or right. Okay, this is the Stampin' Seal. I think I want this on here, but you know what? Now, the way I'm putting this on, this is why you have to have both. You just have to have both. I know, I love the saying on Jill's card too. Beautiful. I couldn't remember quite right offhand where that came from. So what I'm doing is I am going to, let me make sure you can kind of see my hands. I want to start and end right here. But I wanted to tuck a little bit of that tear and tape underneath the frame as much as I could. And I thought this might be a little bit wide because I can't get the that roller underneath the frame. So it's not going to make a huge difference. It's just how I was feeling, right? You do have whales in the warmer waters. There you go. All right. So that comes off, and then this is just a really easy technique that I think is fun. It's nothing. I mean, it's not, the technique is, it's just fun, and you just kind of gather. It's like maybe you were making pie crust or something like that, except not even that uniform. Like, I don't even want to see it be that uniform. I want some pretty, because we're just kind of like mimicking some waves, right? So I don't want them to go straight across here because that's not what waves do. Waves go up and down. They're different sizes. But I want kind of a nice full row. And if you, even though that's tear and tape and it's very strong, you can still pull your ribbon up a bit because this is sheer ribbon and it doesn't have, you know, it's not like full surface area. I guess that's what I'm thinking about. You could even switch the gathering if you wanted and start doing it the other way, like halfway into it or whatever. This is Pool Party ribbon. It's very sheer. So I kind of want it close together because I really want to see that Pool Party jumping off there. And some of that's even a little too uniform for me. I will try and go back and fix it. The cool thing is you can do that. Okay, and then once I sat it there, I'm just gonna cut it at a bias because I don't like straight lines like that. I very rarely have straight lines on my labels or on my sentiments or on my ribbon. It's just a little quirk of mine. Must be just the way I like it. But look at that ribbon. Isn't it stunning? Against my Magenta Madness nails. Can you believe it? Okay, so then you kind of have it in there in different areas, but you have that tear and tape that's so strong. So you can just kind of like tuck it in where you want it to be tucked in a little more. You could even use glue dots, and I probably will do that at the very end, but I can tell right now I want a glue dot on that one. It's gonna fight me. Don't fight me now. I'll glue you down and mash it, right? And tuck it in there. See, and nobody knows. It still has movement. Okay, so now we will readjust that once we get our whale on there. Oh, so cute. I think I want him in Pool Party. What do you think? I think, yeah, I think it'll still look good nestled in there, especially with some white. So let's do that. It's very good when you're putting this together to have the take your pick or something similar, but I really like the putty because some of these little die cuts are small, very small, like the eye, for example. Okay, so this is the tum-tum. It is so pretty. Isn't it fun? We have talked about that little ruching design for ribbon before. I think I used it a lot with the Ornate Garden ribbon, which is beautiful. Okay. There. That looks whale-like, don't you think? I'm going to grab the Pool Party. We're not doing a ton of stamping on this card, but what we do is important. And one thing is I'm going to take these little, these are all the stamps. They have a slightly distinctive look, don't they? One thing I absolutely love is the tiny writing in the sentiment, but it's so clear, right? Oh, so fun. Okay, I want those little bubbles because I'm going to use them to put texture on the back of the whale. I used to have this album that was Pinocchio. You know, you'd listen to a story on a record. Kids, do you know what a record is? And I was always okay with, you have to remember, you know, stories I've told you about me being kind of a chicken. But anyway, I was always fine with listening to my Pinocchio album until they got into the belly of the whale. And then I kind of had to fast forward that. Wow. Oh man. It's the only child until I was 10, so that's part of my excuse. But yeah, it's just thinking about this, of course. That was a fun album though. But that part, a little too much for me. I wasn't in school yet, so don't, you know. It's a giant CD. Yes, little children, a record is a giant CD. That's funny. You don't need but a whisper of glue on this, and it's too small for a glue dot. So don't even try. This is just kind of weird, but it goes down here. I know, it's odd, right? But it goes down there. And then this is the fin, and I always have to like look at it a little different, or I have to like dry fit it, because if you put it one way, it looks like the whale, the poor whale is like swimming in circles. So there, is that right? Or is it this way? I think it's that way. Yeah, okay. We'll hide it in the ribbon just in case it's wrong. I live in a landlocked state, so that is my excuse. Now, I could look at the catalog because there was one in there and that's how I did it last time, but we're gonna just go with it. Oh, it's so pretty. I like this one. This is in Pretty Peacock, right, with white, but I love the pool party. Okay, I don't have the black marker near me, but I do have my accounting supplies. Pens are very important for accountants. We like lots of different pens. If you could only see, well, you can see. These are the pens I work with through the day, okay? And I work on a spreadsheet, on a computer. So these are just accessories that I have to have. But I happen to have this pen here, and it's a 0.7. So either a fine point black pen, or it would be a lot easier if you just go get your Stampin' Write black marker. And I just put this straight into the eye. And I swear, when you see this, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what it needed. Look, isn't it so cute? I love these whales. Now, you can also use the punch to punch whales right out of the beautiful paper. And those are really just beautifully colored. So you can just punch these. I don't know if I have one cut approximately, but you can just get the body of it. You can also stamp the whale in any color you want, and then it looks a lot like this, of course, and then you can punch it out. Or you can just make it all free form like this. What do I want to call it? No stamping. So anyway, you have options. This kit gives you, or this suite gives you options. So the card kit's definitely going to give you options. I'm so excited. I found the fun fold, at least one fun fold that I'm going to be using, and I'm in love with it. I think you might be too. Okay, we're just going to kind of sit it there, but we also want a sentiment, right? Because those are just the cutest sentiments. Nina says and hello Nina, by the way, you're going to use the DSP only behind the shaker area. So it looks like an aquarium. I love it. Yes, perfect. Perfect idea. In fact, I thought about doing that over on this one, and then I was like, oh, I love the paper. So, hi, Julie. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you were late. I was just showing off a card that Jill sent me, and then I was giving you a message for her. So, you know, you kind of fell down on the job tonight. I'm going to have to pull that from your pay. All right, let's see here. How about thanks a ton? I feel like I need thank you cards all the time. So, and it's a nice little size right here. Where do we want that? Let's see here. First of all, okay, there it is. I couldn't see it. It was hiding. I love the turtle so much. Look at the beautiful turtle. And I think everybody has the same favorite turtle, at least in the DSP. And I'm going to show them to you. Because once you see this, you're going to be like, I need that DSP and I need just that page. Okay, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? And then do you see him? He's looking at us. Oh, he's so cute. I love him. He's looking at us too. But it's amazing. This paper, it has just so much attitude and movement. Look at the crabs. Oh my gosh. You can cut that in half and use it for 2 different card bases. Hello, Angie. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well today. All right. Enough gushing about the DSP. Thanks a ton. So glad that I have lots of people to thank over here. Kind of thinking I want to stick with Calypso Coral, kind of like I did over here. Now look at that. Isn't that like I was talking about the lettering on the stamp? Isn't that great? Look how small it is, but it is so detailed. Just a little thing. I don't want you to miss anything in this set. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna grab the Calypso Coral. We might change our mind. We could use green. I don't think I'm feeling that. Or we could also use, there's a tiny bit of yellow in there, but I feel like that would just be bringing in, no, that's just bringing in a whole different color. The only thing that's yellow in there right now are those teeny fish. Yeah. I just feel like I'm gonna stick with Calypso Coral. I like it though. He is the favorite turtle, right? He's excellent. So much personality for a stamp that just has 2 little black dots for eyes. Okay, that first one was a little wonky, and it could be because I probably haven't ever stamped this before. Let me see if I can cut this out. Y'all know that's my stress point. If I can't cut it out, then I'll just restamp it. I got a lot of Calypso Coral paper where that came from. Oh dear Lord. Let me start by just giving myself a little. There we go. He is the best. Okay. Hope everybody's doing okay in this crazy time. It's still kind of crazy time, isn't it? We had a WebEx with our executives today. That's always interesting. It was in a good way. But it's just weird that that's how we meet with them now, because I am used to just seeing them in my building. That's where I work. So it's just kind of odd to not see anybody anymore. I like when I went into the building today. It was mostly crickets. Thanks a ton. I think I'm gonna cut the bottom. Okay, we will see you later, Michelle. You go get a dark room and something cold to drink, and you nurse that headache. What I always used to do was put a cold, I would be drinking something, but I would always have a can of Coke or something, and I would just put it on my neck. Is that crazy? It works. Gives you like intense cold right on your head. I'm not loving that. I almost think I want to cut the words out. Let me try this, and if it gets too tiny, we will start over. Oh gosh. You know I'm not good at this. I am now, what? You're making the card along with me? I love that so much. Maybe you can tell me what to do with the sentiment. I'm trying to cut the words out, but I don't know. Emma Goddard makes this look so simple. She's cutting words out all the time, and her lines don't trail off like mine do. Come on, Emma, give me your secret. There's the thanks. Let's see if I can do that a ton. Okay. It's very fun paper. I love the colors. Jen would be so like impressed and surprised with me because they're not brights. They're mostly in the subtles. Take that. I'm a woman of many different colors. I want to kind of nestle the whale in there, but I certainly don't want to hide him because we spent time making this thing, right? There. That one wave's too high. Okay, there. That looks good. Right? We'll put him there. And then you're making a twist and pop card. That's super fun. Now I am going to put some sequins around the words. I think I kind of want the words up there. What do you guys think? You tell me, and I'm going to put some, I'm going to make this whale a little dimensional. And we could have, I wonder if you can, I wonder if you can put these adhesive sheets in a punch. Ew, that doesn't work. Okay, it was a thought. Not that I want him to be, so I'm not going to put dimensionals down here because he's going to be held up by the ribbon, right? I don't want it to get too crazy up in there. Hello, Billy. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you pop on. We're just working with wildlife here, sea life. Considering I have so much experience with it, being from Boise, or being from Idaho and all. I'm actually from a town called Emmett. I think a lot of you know that. It's not that far from here. That is where Miss Billy Munger lives, and she is a longtime and very good friend of my mom's. And mine too. I claim you too, Billy. I hope that's all right. I claim you as my friend also. She's super fun. I try to get her to make cards with me. She says no. Can you believe that? But it's okay because sometimes it's fun to just watch, isn't it, Billy? Okay, now is when you can fine tune your waves. See, this is something we have over nature, is we have glue dots. Jen makes cutting sentiments out look easy. Jen makes everything look easy, okay? If I didn't like her so much, I might be a little jealous, you know? But I'm not, because she shares her talents so readily, doesn't she? Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this little cutie. What's her name? I feel like it's a girl, even though I said at first it was a boy whale. I feel like it's a girl. What do you guys think? I mean, she's too pretty. This might be a boy. He's dark. He's dark colored. But this is a little lady whale. Okay. Now we got our thanks. And then I've got to pick that one up. It's too tiny. Needs, again, just a little bit. Don't get crazy with the glue. If you have kids helping you, they can't do that part, okay? Because they don't know. Kids want to use like a half a cup of glue on everything, don't they? Hello, Carol. Nice to see you pop in. And I hope you're having a good night. We are having fun with the Whale Den suite of products. Just finishing up our first card. Okay, so now I want to grab one of those beautiful seashells. You just, that's like I said, that's why I said the take your pick is so handy for this. Because you can just grab all those sequins on the front side and then glue the back side, of course. And it's a lot easier than trying to pick them up with my big man hands. I actually don't have man hands. It's about the only thing petite on me. So, you know, that really ruined my piano career. Never mind that I only have ever figured out how to play one song, and probably not that well. And I'm just gonna kind of, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do sequins, right? Let's see though. I do want to mix. I want another pool party. Let me grab one. So like I said, you want to try and, if this is a dish, you want to put your putty on the top part of the dish that you would eat out of, and then glue the bottom part of the dish. Oh, not, preferably not to your finger. Okay. And then I'm going to bring one more shell down to the frame, down by the whale. I could do this all night. This is really relaxing. Okay, look at this. Check her out. May I present the new and improved Pool Party Whale. with a shaper card. So these are fun. Rachel Ray has man hands. Yeah, you know what? She does have kind of big hands, doesn't she? She has a lot of good skills, but that probably comes in handy when she's lugging those pots and pans around. I know that I've told you this before, but I've been watching The King of Queens, and I just watched one where Deacon and Kelly, on purpose, they gave, oh gosh, what are their names? Carrie and Doug. They gave them on purpose this really hideous picture of them, like a portrait, and one of Carrie's hands was tiny, and then one of them was huge. It was like coming out of the picture. Oh God, it was perfect. Okay, so I ended up putting down several of those little waves. And it just, you know, you can futz with them on and on, but I ended up kind of putting them down. And then this one's a little more wild, right? Because it's not underneath the frame. But hello, Deborah from Pennsylvania, and welcome. We're just making some fun whale cards, and we're going to make another one. And we're going to really capitalize on this beautiful DSP. And this is a fun fold technically, but it's like an oldie but a goodie, right? With a slight twist. It's like a vodka tonic with a twist. It's a gatefold card with a twist. And I saw, oh, well, I shouldn't have done that. I saw Mary Deatherage make this card, close to it, the other day. And I liked it, except I did too much folding right there. So I'm going to grab my Pacific Point. That's what paper that is. It's beautiful bright blue. And this is just as fun. Okay, so what we need is a standard American card size, right? Which is 8.5 by 5.5. Don't score it in the middle like I did there. What I want you to do is score it at 2 1/8 in from each short side. Let me do that. I know I'm off camera because I don't have room. Camera's only so large. I cannot be fenced in. Okay, here's what we needed. So 5.5 by 8.5, okay? But then instead of scoring it in the middle, like somebody did to this piece of paper, score it at 2 1/8 from either end. And when you do that, you'll have a gatefold card that meets perfectly in the middle. Yes, Julie, that's where I first remembered man hands is from Seinfeld. Make a wish. Oh gosh. If I had to choose one TV show that I had to watch over and over for the rest of my life, it would probably be Seinfeld. I mean, I'm a connoisseur of all of the fine TV shows, and the trashy ones too. However, Seinfeld. And then my grandma started watching Seinfeld. My grandma was real, I mean, she wasn't like a little old grandmotherly lady. She was like a kick. Anyway, she started watching Seinfeld. Okay, it's off a tiny bit. And it's not going to matter. She started watching Seinfeld, though, and then she'd call me and tell me the show she watched on rerun or whatever. It was always pretty funny. So here's the thought. We're going to have these two pieces. One's going to be glued to one side, one's going to be glued to the other, and then you open it and, ha ha, look at that. It's so beautiful. Okay, well, we need to make the beautiful part now, don't we? Let's think about what papers we want to use on the front. Yeah, oh, don't get me started. I love The Office too. That'd be a hard choice, actually, now that I said that. I do know that if I only had to listen to one album for the rest of my life, it would be the Joshua Tree, though. I have that nailed. Like, you're not going to change my mind. That's my album. All right. Let me make sure I have all the other papers. We don't want to miss out on the papers. We might see one that we have to use. This one's really fun. Remember I told you about this paper having so much movement? It's just like a beautiful school of fish, but the way they have put it, you literally can see it swimming underwater. Okay. I can tell you right now, I don't want to use that. I kind of just want one of the smaller designs. There is a smaller design with turtles. But I mean, look at that. Oh, stunning. Maybe one of the yellow. These are just possibilities. You guys definitely let me know if I pull one and you have a favorite. What we're doing here is we're looking for papers to put on both of these pieces that are going to be on the front, as well as on either side. But we're only going to see a little bit of this, but we still want to have some. So, and I don't think I want to use Calypso Coral because I've used a lot of Calypso Coral on the last two cards. That might be fun as a recurring pattern on the very back, but it's a little dark, and I did choose one of the darker papers. This is what I was thinking of for one of these, is a little bit of this turtle situation, this turtle town, if you will. Yeah, that's going to be one of the papers on the top. And then this might be fun. It might be too busy. Let's choose something with no images on it. Just, you know what? This can be the front. So this can be the paper that's on either side that we don't see too much of, but it will still add a real pop. And then we'll put the turtle paper on one of them. And then on the other one, what do we want to go with the turtle paper? Ooh, maybe the seahorses. Well, it's too much alike, isn't it? See why I never get anything done? I'm arguing with myself. I'm like Pippi Longstocking, for goodness sake. Did you guys ever watch her? I bet you did. I think I watched her on reruns, just to be clear. I'm not quite that old, but no shame in the game. But she would ground herself because she lived by herself, remember, because her dad was a captain on a ship, and so she had to ground herself. And I find myself talking to 51-year-old me now, kind of like that. Like, no, Lisa, look, we're not going out tonight. Well, I haven't said that in years, but you get the point. Have to give yourself a sitting down and talking to sometimes. Hello, Diana. Nice to see you popping on. And welcome to card making night. So fun. That's really beautiful. How about that? Kind of just looks like the turtles will be going down into the ocean, right? Okay, I did write here the measurements for these two pieces that are on the front. They're 2 5/8 by 4. Okay, and that gives you just a little bit of margin. And then, so 2 5/8 by 4. And then I'm going to do the papers that go on them. 2 3/8 by 3 3/4. I believe that's what I need. Let me get this out and then I will know. So, and I just have to make sure that I cut the turtles in the right direction or they're going to be swimming up. And that would be kind of confusing, but still fun. Okay, so we need this by, let's see that, by 4, no, I need it by 3 7/8. Late at night, I'm gonna blame it on that. 3 7/8. All right. and then 2 3/8 wide. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of this off of each side to get the maximum turtle effect. 2 3/8. 2 and 1, 2, 3. So pretty. Okay, let's make sure that's right before I cut another one, right? Oh yeah, that's good. It shows off a lot of the paper. See there? Beautiful. And then let me do another one like that. Makes them a little longer than tall, and I kind of like that. 1, 2, 2 3/8. By 3 7/8. Now this is very, a little more calm. Still beautiful though. Look at that. Oh, I love it. It is a beautiful blue, isn't it? It's Pacific Point, Elizabeth. That's what the Pacific Ocean looks like. Now remember, these are 2 1/8 because that's what I scored them at. 2 1/8 by 5 1/2. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1 7/8. 1 7/8. By 1 2 by 5 1/4. Okay, let me see if I got those right. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Yeah, very cute. That's gonna be pretty. Now see, my card is off such a tiny bit. I kind of want to take, I'm going to take like a 1/16 off of this side. You don't have to do that. They will fold just fine, but I'm just feeling picky, right? Yes, Elizabeth, exactly. You know what the Pacific Ocean looks like. You're no stranger to the Pacific. Okay, there we go. All right, this is kind of a lot of gluing and stuff, you know, assembling. Now we assemble and we talk. Do you have anything you want me to know? If you do, I want you to post it. Oh, I'm kind of sad that I'm taping. I'm taping on the turtles. I didn't plan that very well. It's all right. You know what? There's more where that came from. Don't be sad. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I have something else exciting to tell you. I realize I've been alluding to this for probably a month now, but I have worked out the technological kinks, and I am happy to say I will have a new exclusive YouTube series for you. I am going to schedule it to run Sundays at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I think Sundays are a good day to kind of get your craft on, right? Also, that is kind of a good time for US and Australia. I kind of catch UK and Germany in the middle of the night, but they will have to watch it on replay. So anyway, be looking for that Sunday, 3 p.m. Now that's on YouTube. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, you know what to do. You just head on over there after this and subscribe. I think you will like it. I'm not going to tell you what the theme is yet. I'm just not ready to do that, but I think you might like it. Okay, You can't even really see any of that paper. I didn't do a very good job on that. Oh man. See, I thought I was going to be able to see more of it than that. All right, well, live and learn. This paper, you don't really see, but it'll look nice and finished, won't it? That's what I'm going to say. Okay, first of all, I'm going to glue this on. I know, Kathy. Are you laughing at me? It's okay, you can. You can laugh at me. This is gorgeous too. Looks like Pear Pizzazz. Okay. See, that's what I get. This one I didn't have time to finish before, or do an extra one. There's always a little something to learn. That's what I thought I was making right there. It was like something smaller, but I probably made these panels a little bit larger. Hello, Mary Ellen. Nice to always see you coming in. Hope that Montana is beautiful tonight. It's probably a little warm, depending on where you are in Montana. A little warmer than usual. But always beautiful, isn't it? Okay, now we just have to be sure that we don't glue these on both sides. You only glue on one half, right? And then, oh, yeah. If you want those to be smaller, then you'll see your paper. Otherwise, don't put paper on the side panels. That's all I can say. It's kind of nutty of me. I should have known that. The way I'm going to do this is just so I don't like glue it on accident. I can probably even use another strip there. This is going to be kind of opening and shutting. It's not like a movable piece, but... And then I want to make sure, of course, that it's over on the right-hand side, even with the paper. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Oops, can I get this up? Maybe. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just put it over here. Whoops. And then I went totally off kilter. Okay. Man, I love that little turtle print. It is so adorable. Okay, now here's a thought. See, I didn't really make a mistake. You could leave your card like this if you wanted to. Hi, Donna, my New Zealand friend. Hope you're having a good time. However, if you don't want to do that, then you can finish it out and put this on there. Okay, I still like it. It's pretty. Just have a little more. You see me starting that sometimes. If you don't pick this up like that, it kind of rolls back on itself, and you just have to start it, restart it with your finger. But otherwise, once you kind of get the hang of it, it's totally fine. I'm still kind of new with it though, right? I think I'm on my second roll. I shouldn't say I'm completely new. Oh, you still can see it. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it worked. Now I want to finish the inside and do a little stamping. Oh, thank goodness. I couldn't figure out for the life of me why I wasn't going to see that DSP. Let me get, I'm going to put a piece of Pool Party inside. I think that would be really pretty. Yeah. You can put white if you want to. You are having a whale of a time, little stinker. So the inside's going to be 3 3/4 by 5. I just like to have a nice wide margin, but depending on how much you want to write or how little you want to write, no judgment, or what you want to stamp inside, then that kind of makes, that kind of helps you decide. So let's do a little stamping in here. And we're gonna have to put something down here, our sentiment probably, right? And then we'll just like stamp some of the turtles inside. How about that? how about, what do you say we cut one of these out with one of our cool dies? Just 1 minute. Don't worry, I have tons of dies. And I'm thinking about Stitched So Sweetly because they just have these fun, cool, different shapes. But we just have to make sure that that would be kind of fun. Tell you what's fun is we can cut this one out of vellum and then have this sentiment. I'm not showing this very well, but we can cut this out of vellum, okay? And then this cardstock. What do you think? Do you like that? Or does that make you sad? Give me a thumbs up or a sad face. Preferably not an angry face. It shouldn't make you angry. And then I bet we can put a couple in there. We can put Whale Done and we can put Thanks a Ton, but we're gonna put Whale Done because we haven't used that yet. Whale Done. Let's see here. Okay, there's a heart. All right, I'll take it, Roz. I'll take it. I am going to rub this on my wet chamois. I'm only doing that because I don't think I've used that sentiment yet either. And sometimes that helps to get a good impression. I find the photopolymer stamps are a little bit like making a pancake though. The first one or two that you stamp are not going to be your winners. You kind of got to get into 3, 4, and 5. Then you're doing good. All right. Let's see here. I will stamp this on white in Pacific Point. I want to drive that Pacific Point home because it's such a cool color. Yeah, look at that. All right. Let me grab another little scrap of white. There's always a scrap of white to be had, right? Right there. Okay. Give me a tiny space. I just need a tiny space to stamp this. The little Pacific Point. Oh, brother. What happened there? Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I was listening to one of my training sessions with Rhonda Wade today. And like right at the very end, her dog lost it. And it's like, okay, it even happens to Rhonda Wade. I like that. Not that I wanted the dog to be upset or anything, but you know what I mean. The dog was just barking. And frankly, I didn't care. So it was kind of funny though. Because then, of course, my dogs started barking, right? As they're apt to do. Okay. Now, I don't know that I want to stamp this turtle on the inside in, I might just stamp it in Pool Party. If I was going to stamp it in white, or if I was going to use white paper, then I could get all crazy, but I think I'll just do Pool Party. Let's see here. Oh, Pool Party's probably sitting around here somewhere. Yep, sure enough. Oop, getting a little messy in here, isn't it? Now let's see, have I used the turtle yet? Ooh. The other cool thing that really helps photopolymer stamps, which I am not using right now, is the paper piercing mat. That is actually back in stock. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh, kid? So you didn't really need it here. It works totally fine. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? However, if you are going to do a lot of stamping, just go ahead and get the paper piercing mat. It's only, I don't know, $5 or $6. So it's not a lot. And it's very helpful, especially for larger, fuller images or images that have a lot of ink to them. Definitely you want the paper piercing mat. Okay, let's cut out our little sentiments here. I am going to put this down. I'm going to tape this down since I want to cut this out straight or straight-ish, you know. I'll do straight-ish. It's Thursday night. So we get that guy down, and then I need another little scrap of vellum for our other background piece. Cash, are you going to make cards tonight? Yeah. Super exciting. Oh, he loves to come in the craft room and hang out. He probably heard me rustling some papers and thought I was eating a snack. What's your brother doing? Did you come here to tell me he's being naughty? Where's Tango? Tango might be being naughty, but it's okay. He knows I'm in here. I'm busy, so he knows. He's got a little freedom right now. Okay. Ooh, pretty. You can even see the stitching in the vellum because we use a really nice quality vellum, right? Kind of a cardstock. I don't know what its exact weight is, but I know that it holds embossing, so rather nicely. Okay, and there's that. Both beautifully stitched. So that's the Stitched So Sweetly set of dies. Get all of these. They're gorge. And I really reach for those a lot. They go with a lot of different themes, don't they? And they don't have really a certain style, which means they go with anything. All right. We're bringing it home, ladies. We're almost there. You know we're going to have to put some sequins on this, though, because it'll be really pretty on the vellum. Okay. So I'm going to put this off my finger. Very easy to center it, right? You've got all these little indicators on the piece of vellum. Kind of show you where that goes. It's so cute. I love it. We could also run some ribbon back behind it. I think I'm gonna lay off the ribbon. The other two had ribbon, so we'll give it a rest. But we're gonna use some sequins, don't you worry. Now, I just have to put these anywhere where they can't be seen. And since we have that white sentiment there, we have lots of space to get this up and popping. This guy. Oh, these are so fun to work with. I do hope that you sign up for the class. It is really fun. I've gotten good reports so far, as well as some really good comments for improvement, and a lot of them I have already put into place. So I think it's going to be even better than it was last month. Is that possible? Yes, it's always possible to improve. Whoops, I forgot the insert. We need the insert. It's too cute to pass up. Okay, one final little piece of perfection here. Make sure you get your margins nice and straight. Ooh, that's what the inside of the card looks like. I like it. It's nicely finished, right? And then fold it there, and we will finish. Of course, there are lots of different things you could put on here. You don't need to put the, you don't have to use the sequins. We have beautiful gems, all sorts of rhinestones and all that stuff. So whatever you have on hand, you might not have the sequins yet. I think, in fact, that they were on back order. I think this whole suite has, I know that it was on low inventory last week, then it came off. So that's very good. But I know it's really popular. So, okay, come on now. I think my glue is like just about to give out on me. Even though I've been putting it in this great stand that Roz gave me so that I get like every bit of glue out of it. Let's put this as pressure. I gotta center this. Oh, that's cute though. Ooh, pretty. I like it. Let's just do that. Let's do another one. And this could be a boy card, right? Because it doesn't really have any girly stuff on it. Would you give this to a man? I don't know about a man, but would you give this to like a young man? I don't know. I'm so out of tune with men cards. I don't do them very often. Nothing against giving a man a card necessarily, but I just don't very often. Ooh, I like it. Okay. Wow, that was fun. That was good for my Stampin' Soul. What about you? I hope you liked them, and I hope you have some good ideas now for how you would like to redo this. Maybe you would like to have your sentiment up at the top and the turtles down at the bottom, or, you know, maybe you would like to have these pieces a little bit more, a little thinner, but that's a fun card and not too bulky, which is very important if you're going to try and actually send it in the mail, right? I hope you're all making your cards and sending your cards. Really important in this time when we don't get to see everybody as much as we would like to. Please don't forget people and send them one of your special cards. So again, we used all the beautiful things from the Whale of a Time suite. Going to be featured, or is going to be featured, in my August card kit. And you can get an extra discount if you want to buy the bundle at the same time. Thank you so much, everyone. You're always such a special part of my Thursday. Yeah, I always look forward to it, believe me. And on the rare cases that I can't, for some strange reason, go live, I always end up really missing it. So I appreciate you so much. And now I'm going to read all of your great comments, questions, etc. And you are so welcome, everyone. Thank you. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon. And don't forget about YouTube exclusive series starting on Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain.